Welcome, everybody, to episode 5. That's right, 5. I can't count that high if I'm not too drunk. Anyways, I'm one of
One
your
hand.
hosts. One hand? Two
One hand.
hands? I'm one of your hosts, Jake, and accompanied me by the man himself, Mr. Aiden.
Hello.
Hello. I guess it's our first podcast since Christmas and New Year's. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, since just before Brisbane.
Ah, that's right. Oh, yeah, because we did when we came back from Brisbane
Did we?
already. Yeah, we did. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
no,
spoke
we
about
did. Yeah,
Brisbane.
yeah, we did it on. I
Yeah.
think we filmed it on the 4th. That's right.
Well, I have
Yeah.
to stop drinking
Why?
because I can't remember where I am,
Oh,
who I am,
true.
or
Yeah.
what day it is.
Well, I should be the one saying that because I was fucking hammered on the last one. Interesting. Um,
Excellent.
yes. If you are an avid listener, avid? I don't think that's the word. If you are a frequent listener, you'll realize this is actually a day late. Day late, dollar short, but it's because I've been moving houses and I've spent the last 5 days cleaning the old place, and it's taking it out of me. I spent today cleaning as well, but I've sort of just decided to suck it up just for this episode, so I could actually get one out to you this week instead of delaying it, because you know how it is. But Christ Almighty, mate, my hands are killing me just from all the alcohol wipes and shit like that. So
Like your skin's peeling off. We're getting
yeah,
rubbed raw, I should say.
yeah, it's horrible, not
How'd your dick
enjoyable,
feel?
huh?
How'd your dick feel?
Oh, that's also very tender at the moment. Rubbing it out.
Yeah, single life, my friend.
Yeah.
These calluses aren't from lifting.
No,
They're from depression.
I do need to. I need to go to the gym. I need to get my calluses back. They all fell off. Not fun. Yeah. Well, how you been? Where's your days been like lately?
Since last time we spoke, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Started work last week on a Wednesday, which was odd.
Yeah. Very.
Weekend, what I do, had a few drinks, chilled by the beach, got some sun, continued the glow. That is me.
Yeah.
Then started work on Monday. Depression kicked back in. No, kidding. No, it was a busy week with work, getting back to things, training again full time, which is always good, but always very, very painful.
Yeah.
And then I got tomorrow off because I got a mate's wedding tomorrow.
Oh
So
fuck yeah.
short week for me.
Yeah.
You beauty.
Yeah, it's my last week off, unfortunately. I go back to work next week. Oh.
5 weeks. Was that 5 weeks already?
Yeah. But it's actually a short week because I have a cocktail party on Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, Thursday night. I'll be
Can I
getting a
come
bit.
too?
You can if you want. So I'll be getting a bit plastered, I think, and then I have Friday off. That's great.
What's new?
Exactly. What is new?
Huh.
Oh God, itchy nose.
Hay fever?
Nah,
It's a doozy.
just I don't know. It's just
It's just the
weird.
cocaine.
Yeah, it's just all the blow ketamine I've been snorting.
Wait, do you snort ketamine?
Yeah.
Not you personally, but like
No,
if
you
you were
do.
if one were to dabble into and partake in such things, activities,
Yes, you do snort ketamine.
isn't it a horse tranquilizer?
Yep, it is. Apparently,
Yep.
I've never had it before, but apparently it is. You snort it, and it's like you've had 10 beers and without actually feeling drunk. Well, it feels drunk, but without actually drinking, and the hangover and
Oh.
shit like that. But it's very bad. Don't do
What
ketamine.
do you get in like a K hole?
You can, if you do too much of it, you can actually go into K hole.
I remember, I think it was at one of your birthdays. Some dude was, I think one of your birthdays. Some dude was there, and he was bragging about how like he was, oh man, I was in a K hole. I couldn't bloody work. I'm fucked. And I was like, wow,
I do not remember
loser.
that.
Yeah, might have been your party. I don't know. I think it was like a friend of a friend who like give out just to fill in numbers. I don't know.
Maybe I know a
Mm,
few of my friends have done it, but I don't think they've ever been in K hole.
yeah, odd.
Yeah, might have been one of a certain somebody's
Maybe,
thing.
maybe.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Anyways,
talking about.
yeah, that was like I was like what 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah. So interesting.
Anyways, back to the gym. Yeah, man, just healthy lifestyle, diet, nutrition.
Yeah, that's it. Get back into it, mate. After all the Bundies we drank.
It's disgusting. Don't bring that
Horrible
up.
drink.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Because
Fuck that.
because like, look, we had good intentions. We're like, oh, we'll get something it's cheap and easy. So if we drink a lot of it, we're not wasting anything good.
Yeah.
So I think our theory was right, and then I think we realized, oh, that's right, Bundy's shit.
Bundy tastes like asshole.
and not good asshole either. And even when we picked it up, I was like, man, bit bogan, isn't it? You're like, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit bogan.
very.
Then someone asked me when we were away, what are you drinking? Like a Bundy. And even they said, wow, that's really bogan of you. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Very.
But then if I had like something like I like wild turkeys, but I feel as if I had that much wild turkey, one, I would have drank more than I did, but also would I have gotten sick of it?
Oh,
So did
maybe.
I save myself from not getting too sick from wild turkey?
Yeah,
Shout
true.
out to shout out to Matthew McConaughey.
All
All right.
right, all right, all right. Yeah. I'm still drinking Kraken, so that's fine.
You
I've
like
gotten
it?
sick from Kraken so much, but I still drink it anyways. It just tastes too good. I love it.
Do you ever think actually good topic?
Mm.
So people get really upset when you mix drinks in the sense like if a certain bottle reaches a certain quality, whether it's champagne or dark liquor, or brown liquor, whatever. They say like, oh, if it hits a certain price point or quality, if you mix it, you're ruining it. Would you agree? Because on my theory is this: if I'm spending 80, 100, $200, whatever, on a bottle of booze, I'm gonna drink it however the fuck I want to drink it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It comes down to how you want, right? Because like I feel like at a certain point though, that is true. Like if you're going off and spending $400 on a bottle of whiskey or some shit, like
Mm-hmm.
some 50-year-old thing that's just been sitting in a barrel for ages, you don't really want to do it. But I feel like those type of people that are spending that much money are like more of like whiskey connoisseurs, if you will, and they're
Mm,
sort of just they're literally just drinking the whiskey for the flavors. So they want it on rocks or without, so they can get the full flavor. Whereas like me, I'm a bit of an alcoholic. I'll just drink it with a mixer, and I'll drink cheap shit. Like Kraken isn't
yeah,
cheap, but actually no, in Australia
moderation.
it's not, but like anywhere else it is. It's like
Yeah, no, I get you. Like,
yeah. There are
this is
people though that just drink fucking like just shitty. I mean, not say shitty, but like Jack Daniels, like the
yeah,
basic bitch, like Black Label crap, whatever it is, on the rocks, and they enjoy drinking it, even though they
mm,
whatever. But it, preference, I think, like yeah, you might ruin it if you do get a bottle of $400 rum or whiskey or scotch or whatever and mix it.
yeah. I understand that. There's
Yeah.
one guy on TikTok I saw. I think it was a $300 or $500 like rum or whiskey or some shit.
Mm.
And the owner of the company, who's like maybe in his 60s, 70s, or 80s, he's like, they asked him, how do you like to enjoy it? And he's like, well, I like to have it, well, 2 fifths, what are the measurements of like the whiskey and a dash of Sprite. And I was like, oh, what Sprite? You're ruining it. But it's like coming from the owner who
Yeah.
invented that, crafted, I should say, that particular drink.
Yeah.
Now he has it. That's what's interesting.
I guess yeah.
So it's an odd topic. It's a what's it? Well, not it's like a interesting topic to talk about.
Yeah. I think yeah, it purely comes down to preference at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of preferences, this is a complete shift in fucking topics.
Brunettes, go on.
Cereal. What is your
Ooh.
favorite cereal?
Not in no particular order. Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch with the pearls.
With the pearls?
I think
Fuck.
they're pearls. So you got Captain Crunch, which is like the yellow cereal, or
Yeah.
orange, yellow, which is like corn, I think. And then it's got little pearls that come in it. So blue and red and like yellow. I think they're
Oh
pearls.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Phenomenal. They're two of my favorite cereals probably of all time.
Yeah, right. I think for me it is Fruit Loops is up there for sure.
Amen.
Um Tricks. I had Tricks a lot when I was in the States. I was just smashing those down.
Was it the bunny rabbit one?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tricks is for kids. And
And
what
you love
else?
kids.
Hey, shut up. They don't know that. Um, and then what else? I did have Captain Crunch while I was over there, but I almost preferred Trix over Captain Crunch. But Captain
Okay.
Crunch did like it warmed up to me. I didn't mind it by the end.
Yeah.
How about your worst cereal?
Oh. I recently had rice bubbles as an adult.
Yeah.
Mate, talk about bland on bland on
Yeah, but you
bland.
don't eat rice bubbles by itself. You have to put sugar
Yeah,
in it. Like,
What? I've only done that with like cornflakes. Put
yeah,
sugar in it. Yeah, but
yeah.
worst cereal I've ever had, I can't really remember. But would have been like I do know I tried something and spat it out, but I cannot remember what it was. Or like a no, I'm gonna have to do my research. I'm gonna have to bury it down into my brain and
Sometimes it
pull out
was
a memory.
Cheerios or something.
Cheerios are gross.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
definitely there's look. There's without rambling on too much. It's probably definitely a cereal I've had and I spat out. It was terrible, but I'll have to like dig down into my memory, into my vault,
ooh,
and figure it out.
Chex. What about Chex? Do you ever have that?
Don't like them.
Don't
Yeah, don't
like them,
like them.
really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Even like Cocoa Pops, I eat because they're convenient.
Yeah.
Because
Just you
I, I,
pour it and
I
eat
want
it. Simple.
yeah, and like with chocolate, chocolate milk really crunchy. It's in the name. But like
Mm.
when I was on a program for like a diet and stuff. Scotty put me on like all these calories, but at the end of the day, every night was a bowl of cereal. I could
Yeah.
have any cereal I wanted.
Ooh.
So
Frosties.
yeah, I had yeah, frosty anything. So I ended up having like Cocoa Pops because it's always on special, always easy.
Yeah.
Chocolate easy. But
Done.
sometimes like as much as I love Fruit Loops, if you have it every single day, like a big bowl of it, you eventually get that fruity, sugary overkill.
Yeah. It
So
is definitely a cereal where you'll buy like the biggest box you can down in 2 days and then you don't buy it again for like another 3 months.
absolutely.
Yeah. Good times. I
Mm.
yeah, I go through boxes of Fruit Loops. Like I'll go through a phase which is Fruit Loop, Fruit Loop, Fruit Loop, Fruit Loop, and then I haven't bought it. Oh no, last time I bought it was in
We had it in Brisbane.
yeah we did yeah that's right yeah last time we had it was in
Yeah,
Brizzy and the time before that it would have been well before like maybe August I think
yeah.
mashing down but yeah a long time. Right, where is this fucking year going already? It's the 12th.
Both.
That's
Yeah.
fucked.
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck me.
Not it's I'm gonna be 26 soon.
I'm 26 in May.
Yeah.
Yuck.
What the
That gives
hell?
me mad anxiety.
No, it does. It really does. I saw a video today on YouTube actually from Jack Denmo, and he was like, um, he was just talking about like ages. I ended up getting off it. I was like, ah, yeah, fair enough. But it was like the ages between 18 and 25 is where males make it or break it. Was like the title of it or something. And I was just like, well, I'm 25. I guess I should click on this. And it was just like him talking about like social statuses and like organizing your life. And I was just like, I watched like 5 minutes of it. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid because like yeah, okay, 18, 25 is your impressionable years of like figuring out who you are. But like what? Like when's your birthday? January or
Feb
February?
21st.
So what? So Feb 21st, you're gonna wake up a 26-year-old and you're gonna like, oh well, I didn't figure it out. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So I hate those like those stupid like life calculators. Like, well, this age
Yeah.
you did this. But everyone has a different path, and like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, maybe have something set up for yourself or a passion you want to work on, and don't be a bum. But like, I just, yeah,
Yeah.
that
Well,
annoys me.
I think I mentioned it in the maybe the last podcast or even the episode before that, but I watched the guy called on YouTube called Dry Creek Wrangler School. And he was saying he's like something about like just not having it figured out or some shit. And I'm 70 or six like late 60s or early 70s. He's like, I've only just now started to figure it out. He's like, it's not a stress. But that's kind of why I just clicked off the video. I was like, yeah, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and
yes.
and those videos we click on, they always talk in such a way where it's definite.
Yeah. And it's very
Like,
specific, like people. Like
mm,
for me anyways, it's like I've got a kid. So sort of my early 20s up until now, it's been way different to everyone. Like for you, for instance, like you don't have a kid, so it's like your life, I guess, up until now. Well, not even just up until now, like, but your the way you went through your early 20s is way different
mm,
to me. Like I'm
mm-hmm.
sitting there, you go out with your mates or whatever, you go to the gym and shit like that. It's like whereas me, I spent most of my nights looking after a child and dealing with like I guess adult shit in a way. Like
Of course, you'll force grow up quicker than most,
yeah,
in a sense, yeah,
yeah. Un-
in a version.
under the uh connotation that everyone be having kids later when mine will be grown up, and then I can just like do all that sort of stuff then. But it's just like it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know. That's all right. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Like I said, there's no time frame for anything specifically. It's just like this social construct that's been
Yeah.
like developed over years and generations. Like, oh, by 29 should have a girlfriend. By 32, by 30 married, and
Yeah. By
get
35, you
that
should have a house. It's like,
get that promotion.
yeah. Like I've got heaps. I've got a lot of my friends at my work. They've actually got investment properties, and I've got one mate that's got like $300,000 in
Mm.
shares and stuff like that. I'm sitting there with like $200 in my bank account. I'm just like, oh fuck you. That's right. Oh, but
But
yeah,
hey, money comes and goes.
yeah, it does. You don't spend it, you don't enjoy it.
Speaking of spending, I just ordered some AirPods
Oh, very nice.
Pro
Pro
Max Generation 2
with the little nibs that you go inside your ear.
with little nibs
Yeah.
inside your ear.
So I think they are good for gym. The ones I've got, I've just got the regular. I've got AirPod Pro Gen 2s, but without the nibs.
Mhm.
And I was sitting there putting shit in a skip in today, and the amount of times I was like putting stuff in, just trying to push it down there, and I've just
Falling
felt
out.
no, I didn't fall out, like didn't fall out, but I just felt it go like slip a little bit, and I was like, oh, like no, if this falls in here, I have to pull everything out to find it again. I was thinking fucked, but I did have
Yeah.
a mate when they first came out. He got the Pro Maxes and he went for a little run to see how well they are. And he's like, if they fell out, he's going to return them. He'd be like, I'm not buying these. But
Yeah.
they stayed in, so
Yeah,
they're
no,
good for gym.
yeah, it's good because like I had I have like skull crushers overhead ones.
Yeah.
I've had for years, and then but probably somewhere during COVID, I picked up the skull crusher candy, whatever. So an upgraded version of them,
Yeah.
and they're really cool, sick. Had them for a few months, and then pulled them in my bag one day, and the little latch, the seal,
Yeah.
that clamps them closed, was snapped.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, right.
And guess what? Now they're useless.
Yeah.
Because Skull Candy, if you're listening, they don't make spare parts. So the only way I could do it is I found a guy on eBay who makes the hinge that's snapped from a 3D printer, and you could buy it for $30. And I already paid like $350+ for these headphones,
Yeah.
and they're ruined. Like they're brand new, and I can't use them. I'm like, I can't. So order spend another $30, and this is plastic. And anyways, so they're in a box somewhere since we moved. Haven't touched them.
Yeah.
So I'm like scarred having overhead earphones, whatever. So Jacqueline, sister, she's had them for a few months now. The AirPods.
Mm.
So I play with them a little bit, and like they just seem so more convenient. Like yeah, you run the risk of them kind of like maybe falling out or losing little pod.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could put them in my pocket, I could put them in my bag. I saw how you were traveling with them, so much more fucking easier.
Yeah. Just
So I was
more
like, you know what,
versatile and shit.
versatile, perfect word. So I like I bit the bullet. So I just before we jumped on here, I went JB Hi-Fi, looked them up, and fuck it. But I did Afterpay, so I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I don't know. I
like
was
I could.
real bad with Afterpay. Like I would like back years ago. I don't have Afterpay anymore. But it'd be like would have no money in the bank, and I'm like, I need these like now, and I just Afterpay it. It was just
Mhm.
fucked. So, like my phone, for instance, it wasn't broken. I needed an upgrade. I think I went from a 10 to a 12, and it was like it was just slow and shit. So I was like, oh, I've got $100 in my account. I just Afterpaid a new phone and just fucking just so like slowly paid it. Well, not slowly. It takes 4 weeks. 4 weeks and you pay it off,
Yeah.
or 4 fortnights, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, yeah. I didn't. I thought it was, for some reason in my head, I was like, I can afford to put $100 away a week, and then after 4 weeks, I'll go buy them.
Mm.
And then yeah, Jacqueline said, "Oh, when you Afterpay," I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe just treat myself." I never use Afterpay, and then I think it's fortnightly payments
Yeah,
of like $100. I'm,
4 fortnights, 8 weeks or some shit. You paid off in.
yeah, I can do
Something like
that.
that. Yeah, easy. I bought my AirPods in Japan, so
Namaste.
yeah, namaste. So yeah, is that Japanese?
No.
I think it's Chinese. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Like,
Konnichiwa, nanse desu ka?
Nante desu ka? But yeah, I bought mine there, and it was an interesting experience buying them in Japan. That's for sure. I walked into this it's Akihabara, and it was like this big tech. Like it's like if you've ever been to Japan, you know what I'm talking about. But there's like this big strip, and it's just got stores and stores and stores, and it's like you find hobby shops, tech shops, pawns, like 7-story pawn shops, just fucking everything. Like
when
yeah,
are we going?
yeah, we can go next week, buddy. I'll have to pay it. And but yeah, so we went in there, and I just found this random ass store, and I was like, I don't know where the fuck to buy it, right? And my mate was with me. He's diehard Samsung, like Samsung pods, and he's like only deals with like Samsung phones and Galaxies and all this shit. And I was just like, okay, buddy. He's like, Japan's like primarily Samsung, and I was like, I'm sure I'll find them somewhere. And I went into this store, and I did not see a single fucking Samsung item. It was only Apple, and I was like, well, go fuck yourself, mate. Um, but yeah, so I randomly looked up, and there's just like the Apple symbol, and I was like, I wonder if I can get them from there. So I went in there, like those second floor. I saw the little icon for it, and I was like, oh, can I get this? And he's like, oh, you have to go. He was like, what is it? Is San? Yeah, San. Yes. Sorry, I'm just counting. San. He's like, San. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, go up. And he's like, yeah. So I went up
Look,
stairs.
is that level 4 or level 3?
San is 3.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, and so I went up to the third floor, found a little like card that you grab it and take it to the counter and you give it to them. This chick did not speak a lick of English. Uh, Understandable. I'm in Japan, so she's like talking to me and shit. She's like, oh, yada yada yada. Like I'm not gonna fake Japanese talk because it's very racist. But she's just like sitting there talking, and she's like pointing to stuff. It was like, do you want the extended warranty? And I'm like, yeah, like no. And then she just keeps talking to me, and she's like, yada, you're like just talking, and I'm like, hi, like, yes, sure. And I was like, yeah, cool. Apparently,
Yes.
that literally, if you just say like, if someone's talking to you in like Japanese and you don't understand anything, just say hi, like hi, like all the time. I watched two guys. They're from Sydney.
But you did.
Mighty Carmos. They bought a car over in Japan, like sight unseen, like all that sort of shit. Just bought one there. Had to go get it registered. Went to a registry place. They didn't understand any Japanese, but they're just sitting there, like, so it's all automated except for the part we actually have to sign documents and stuff, and they take it up to a teller and like they sign the stuff, and she's just talking to them like they know everything, and they're just sitting there going, hi, and then she's like, okay, and like arigato, and then like, oh, arigato gozaimasu, and then just like they're like, I don't know if that car's registered or not, but we're just gonna drive it now. So you can literally just sit there, they'll talk to you and just like just nod and say hi, and you're fine. Yes. I did that so much.
Like, imagine like you got robbed. Give me your money. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, arigato. Just like give it to them. But yeah. Oh, good times. Just ignorant foreigners over there.
Meaning you.
Wabaki shoes. Yeah. Well, I did try learning Japanese. I'd sit there on the way up there. I was like learning it and stuff like that, and then it just, as soon as you can be so fucking prepared for it, and the second you start speaking to someone and they're just talking to you normally, you just sit there and go, it just goes, and you're like, okay, sure, it's fucked.
Like I said, I think I told you so. Like, when we were away, my school taught Japanese.
Yeah.
And the students that were in that school from prep to year 12, who did Japanese all the way through, couldn't put a fucking sentence together to save their lives.
Yeah. I think that kind of comes down to the actual students, though.
That's what I mean. I'm like, is it student, teacher, or both? The point is,
yeah.
I was like, man, I would like, if I was prep and learned Japanese from prep grade 1 to year 12, I would like to think I'd be really fluent.
Yeah. You'd have to keep it up, but like I got a mate that I used to go to school with. I say mate, it's very fucking loose, like acquaintance. He left school, and then moved away, all that stuff. Did his fucking uni course or whatever, And then I'd see him on Instagram and stuff, and he'd just be flying to these fucking countries. I don't know if he's backpacking. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was learning languages, actually flying
Amazing.
to those countries and doing it. So, from what I understand, he knows Italian. I think he started learning Arabic, and then he learned something else. I don't know, but he knows like a few languages. So I'm like, holy
Mm,
fuck, that's pretty sick. And
yeah,
he always goes,
bilingual.
yeah, goes with some of the. I see he uploads his Instagram posts and the most attractive women ever.
Mm,
I'm like, damn. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I can see the appeal. Like if you're, a foreign guy and you speak a native tongue to that country you're visiting, I think, oh, what? More
yeah,
spicy. Like
yeah.
there's one guy on TikTok. I don't know if he picks up chicks or if he just does like street interviews, but he goes to the people. He goes, "Oh, where are you from?" He goes, Spanish," and he'll think for a
Start
second
speaking
and
Spanish.
fluent Spanish, and
Yeah.
then some chicks from Kazakhstan or some shit, and he just starts speaking fluent. He has like a litany of languages in his brain that he just rattles off depending
Oh
the random
God, it's
person
very
he
like.
interviews.
Yeah,
That's a smart man. I respect that. Yeah, like it could be English, could be Russian, could be Spanish, Italian. I know Spanish, Italian, same, different, but yeah. I wish I
yeah,
learned something.
yeah. That'd be good. I've tried learning languages before. Like I just said I tried learning Japanese. Tried learning French for a little bit. Um, and then I started learning German too. I also learned like Indonesian in high school. Like that was my elective, but that was like the forced elective. So in Australia, um, well, I know for Melbourne in particular, it's like you go to school, like you start high school, you got like 7 and 8 and 9, maybe. I'm not too sure, but 7 and 8, you just get put in every single elective. It's like forced electives where you can like they sort of get you to experience the different classes and stuff like that. So it's like, but for me, I could choose between either Italian or Indonesian, and so I went with Indonesian instead of Italian for whatever reason. Um, but like it was forced, so I had to do that language in 7 and 8 or just 8. I don't know. And then I think it's year 9 is when you can start picking your electives. And so like I'd always pick like graphic design and like um what was the other one? IT or some shit like that. I just kept picking like the same ones. And then it gets way more serious in year 11 and 12 because that becomes like actual units and stuff like that towards your high school certificate, your
Later.
HSC. Yeah. And so yeah, I picked, what was it? Visual communication, so graphic design of that sort of nature. And then I did IT in year 11, and then in year 12 it transitioned into software development, which was fucking horrible for me. I did not. I could do it, and I did enjoy it a little bit, but it was just fucking nightmarish. I never did that. I wish I
Mm-hmm.
did filmmaking instead, or film studies, whatever the fuck. That was cool.
Yeah. There's like,
You did that, didn't you? You did
there's
film
like a
studies.
favorite. Yeah, multimedia, but that class had great potential because I was with some mates who were all like minded and had that kind of that chemistry where you could sit down in a room with a pen and pad and literally think and start writing of a litany of comedy sketches, drama. This is a
Hmm.
good group to have, right? But I remember when we got to year 12, we were so excited. We were like, oh, dude, we get to make a film, like a short film. Like, that was our big, like, practical for the year.
Yeah.
I can't remember, and we could literally anything we wanted. You write it from scratch, edit it from scratch, cast it from scratch. What do you want to film yourself? Or you want to get some people, mates, whatever it is. These were like the videos that were like entered into the VCE short films, um, whatever. Like
Yeah.
because when you go to Incursion, they go, "Hey guys, it's VCE level films, yada yada yada." Here's a theater, you watch them. Jump too far ahead, but yeah. Anyway, long story short, super excited. We had probably about 3 or 4 of us, which were like, yes, let's do this.
Hmm.
And then the teacher goes, okay, guys, write down the names of people you want in your group, in your crew to help you write, film, yada yada, make these projects. And she came back to us. She goes, oh, so I noticed that everyone wrote the same names down. So I'm gonna pick the classes. I'm gonna pick the
Oh
groups.
no.
And I was like, we all looked at each other like we're fucked because we were like key students in the classroom. She split all of us up
Fuck.
into completely different groups. Like I was stuck with fucking people who were just disinterested to the class for the sake of taking the class, and I'm like, I've waited my whole high school life to do this, be
Yeah.
creative, direct something, film something, write something, act in something, and it's been taken away from me because what we picked the same people to be in the same group. That's why you asked us who were in
Yeah.
the group
It's the
to
whole
pick those
fucking
people.
point. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like nearly 10 years removed, and I'm still fuming about it. And Oliver, Oliver bring it up sometimes because he was supposed to be in my group as well. He pulled out a really cool thing at the end. I think he did like a slapstick, slapstick cop like sketch
Yeah, okay.
where like there's like two detectives and like slapstick kind of like back and forth. They turned out really really well.
Yeah.
And I was so fed up with my one. I went to the teacher and I said, "What do I have to do to get a grade?" And she's like, "What do you mean? Like, what do I have to do?" So it was like, "Hey, do this, this, and this." It was like, do like edit the subtitle, no, edit the credits, like make the design, make the credit scene, so it looks like so that's a mark for like editing and participating in the writing. Long story short, I passed. The video was fucked. I wasn't there for the editing of the video. I wasn't there for the filming of the video. I wasn't even the idea. At one point they wanted to do a fucking like a school shooting
Oh,
action,
Jesus
like
Christ.
yeah, like shooting in a school, some shit. I was like, what the fuck? Another person's like, oh bro, how about we do you how funny it'd be if it was like get a Macca's, right? And you get a burger and you drop it on the floor and he's sad because he lost his burger. And I
On
was
like
like,
the
that's
levy of like level of my spaghetti, and he's just like putting it back into his
exactly.
pocket. That would have been funny.
Yeah. And they went through with that idea and did it.
Oh no.
And it was shit.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And I was upset. So I know what it would have been tangent there. Trauma is still very raw in that category. But yeah, I
That
did
wound is
volunteer
still open and getting
very much.
salted every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, I did do multimedia. I did enjoy it. It was really fun for the most part. The ending was kind of shit.
Mm. Yeah, I think for me, high school wise, it was like people I was hanging out with and like my friends and stuff. We weren't really on the same page like that. Like I was a lot more creative and um like like along that sort of route. But the all my mates they weren't like on that sort of thing. Like they were more about academic sort of
Yep.
I don't know like yeah, like they wanted to do like science. Well, not okay. So I say they wanted. It was like one person wanted to do sciences, another person wanted to do like business. I think two of them did like business management. One of them actually does own a like successful business, like Blue Marlin Fish and Chips.
Oh, around the corner from where I live.
Yeah, so that's
Or
my
is it?
yeah. No, I don't know. My
No.
mate, well, a guy I used to hang out with in high school, he actually owns that with his brothers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
very cool.
yeah, and so
That's cool.
he bought that when it was like just like a rundown fucking fish and chip shop, and then reinvented it. And now it's this like award-winning fucking burger and fish and chip shop place. But anyway, so like he wanted to do that. I have no idea what the other guys wanted to do or what they did. I know a few of them did software development with me, but they were not. I'm gonna put it lightly. They were not that. They were not that. Like that was not their fucking career.
Forte.
Yeah, a lot of them are like just tradies now. Like they do cabinet making and fridgy and chippy and all that sort of shit. So, and then there's me, also not in that sort of thing in a trade as well, but not where I want to be. I want to do
Doing a
yeah,
doing a podcast.
yeah, doing a podcast, trying to get my creative shit off.
Yeah,
Um,
man. I think when you and I first started like hanging out and talking, I think you showed me a couple sketches you did. Like I find it hilarious where it's like a 5 second clip and it's you passed out in a gutter and you stand up and you got like coke
but
like
yeah,
coke in your mouth.
that was my
Yeah, and
first Vine. I thought it was the most funniest thing ever. It's
yeah,
dumb shit.
dude, I
Yeah.
fucking loved it.
Where am I? And it's just
Yeah,
fucking a white line. It was
yeah,
so
it's so
stupid.
good.
That was
I was
like,
like,
I thought of that. It was like just this random thing I thought about. And I was like, oh, I should film that. That'd be funny. And I got my neighbor to film it. And he was like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, no, it's funny. It's funny. Trust. Uploaded it to Vine. Didn't get any likes. Didn't get any views. And then Vine shut down. I was like, harsh. But
I
yeah.
love that. Was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like if it's the same, if it's the same school, same class, like we would have made something cool, man.
Yeah. Would have been going off, I
Mm.
reckon. You,
Like,
me, Oliver. Was it
like
Albert? Was
because
Albert in your? Is that?
nah.
No, he
So
wasn't.
yeah, nah. It was me, Oliver, another guy, and like we were all mates at the time. And we're like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking legit.
Yeah.
And yeah, because we did in year 10. No, year 10 or 11. Is year 10 or 11? We did an adaptation of Animal Farm, which is like a book
Yeah. Okay.
that we had to do book studies on, and we made like I can't remember the reason of the project, but basically we like did it's like it's like dipping our toes into like making a film or like
Yeah.
a video, I should say, or a sketch or a comedy thing, and that kind of set us up for the year 12. Like, oh man, okay, now we've got experience in like what camera to use and how to edit it and like what we did wrong and how
Hmm.
we can do better and fix the quality and stuff like that. So we got A plus.
Yeah.
But that's why 2 years later, like, oh man, year 12 was fucking sick. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna make. And then you hear that bombshell, and that kind of literally, honestly, like really fucking fractured my view on year 12 a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah, fuck you.
Yeah.
So,
I was not a exemplary student in year 12. Sure,
oh,
but ah well.
dude,
Look at me now. Look at me.
yeah, look at us.
Look
Well,
at
like
us.
I think I said the other week, like I was like, man, I didn't do homework for last 2 to 3 years of fucking school. I don't know how I even got past.
Yeah, I definitely didn't homework. That's for sure.
No, I literally, because I think there's nothing wrong with this, not because I did it, but if anyone's listening out there, you're struggling in year 12 or year 11, I did non-scored. So I still get my high school graduation. I still
Certificate.
get my
Yeah.
certificate. I've graduated. I did all the work. I just don't do the VCE exams.
Yeah.
Is that the right VCE exams?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't get an ATAR score, which is irrelevant after what, 1 or 2 years anyway?
Yeah. Pretty much. Because if you
Yeah.
don't do it and you decide you want to go to uni, you just join up as a mature age student or whatever, and you just
Yeah.
do it. Like you do a little oh my god, what's the word for it? Not like proficiency test. It's I can't think of the fucking word, but like you
What
just
test?
what?
Application test?
Ah,
Maybe?
there is a word for it. I can't think of it, but like you do this
Oh,
test,
well.
aptitude. There you go. You do an aptitude test, and they can decide roughly what your ATAR would have been in theory, and they can just be like, yeah, cool.
Oh.
And if you don't quite make the aptitude like that they require, say I want to go off and do a doctorate, like fucking medical science or whatever. Obviously you have to get like a degree or diploma degree. No,
Yeah. Make way
degree,
up.
yeah, etc., etc. If you don't get it, you can actually just do side quests, like side classes, to like prove that you can fucking get to it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like after a few years, it literally does not fucking matter what you get. So
Yeah. Well, exactly my point.
yeah,
So by doing that, it's all I had to do was I went to the teacher and said, okay, so what do I need to do to pass?
yeah,
And then so I just went to each class I did and did the bare minimum. And not because I was dumb or like, look at me stupid. It's just because I'm stuck in a school, forced to do subjects that I don't want to do. I have no interest in doing. I don't like the format. I don't like the structure. School is just not for me. I
yeah.
was well liked. I behaved. Everyone loved me. But I'm like, this isn't for me. But so I found a way to pass high school and kind of do my own thing and not have to be forced to shit my pants and stress out about getting some sort of fucking ATAR score that
Yeah.
determines the rest of my life. So
And then
that's what I
worry
was
about
thinking.
was it study scores and fucking all this sort of shit and just
Yeah, and I remember like you got to apply for what universities you want to go to
yeah.
before you even get ATAR result, and then you got to pay the process to do it or some shit. That's
Um,
what I heard. I don't know. And I was like, man, this is just wrong.
think so. I don't think it was much. I think it's like $50 or some shit that you actually
Yeah,
do that. But
not
yeah,
even.
you do that. Shit.
Yeah,
So I applied
but
for 3 schools. I think I mentioned this already.
maybe
Yeah. Well, I won't mention
RMIT.
it. Yeah, RMIT,
Anyways,
Melbourne Uni, and like Deakin or some shit. But whatever. Like that doesn't even matter. But yeah. So yeah, that was it. Like I remember distinctly back in year 12. Like, so I went to a religious school. So did Jake. And for us, it was like when we were doing our exams, the place that we would go to study just before the exam was in the like chapel church thing.
Yeah, chapel.
It's just this like area. Like it wasn't religious. Like it was religious, but it wasn't like religious in that sort of way. So we are just like sitting there fucking with books, like studying. And I remember sitting in there. I didn't give two fucking shits about the exams. I was just going there to hang out with mates. But like they're sitting there like trying to cram and stuff like that. I'm just going like on my phone, just fucking chilling out.
Yeah.
I'd maybe read some notes or whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And just yeah, that was it. I was like, yeah, cool, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, it's such a dumb system I found because like the English exam, what goes for 2, 3 hours or some shit.
Oh yeah, like 3 hours. You have to write like two
Yeah.
essays and all this sort of shit. And you're like,
You know what?
fuck.
You know what? Get fucked.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit, man. Like, you're gonna have this poor kid who's stressed out of his brain, and like, all right, here's an exam goes for 2 to 3 hours of a subject you've never read before. Do it 2 essays, and that's going to determine a massive, percentage score, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And but my point is this: it's just a memory game.
Oh
If you have
yeah.
if you have a phenomenal memory, you do well in the exams because you read the book. I remember the answer to fucking this, and this, but it doesn't prove your intelligence if
No.
if you can't remember for a test.
And that's
You know
like
what I mean?
that. Remember that saying where it's like, oh, the schooling system is like, you've got all these animals. You got a fish, you got a fucking monkey, you've got a sheep, a dog, all this stuff, and then like the exams are basically saying like climb the tree,
Yes,
and it's
literally.
like
Yeah, I heard
the
that.
fish can't climb, the dog might get like a little bit up there, but the monkey's just gonna be like zoop straight up, and it's just like it's the way they run is not
Yeah,
like
there's
equal in a way for everyone, but
absolutely.
there's no other way of doing it really. Like there's no other way of
Yeah,
scoring people, unfortunately. And then you got the whole fucking thing where it's like if you go to a better school, your scores are better automatically because everyone gets a high score, and then it doesn't matter if you're an outlier, they just go and bump you back up.
yeah. Wasn't it a thing where like
Just waiting.
I think you unlocked a memory where
Yeah.
other people's ATARs build it up.
Yeah. So
Some shit?
if
Yeah, yeah.
for my school in particular, it was we didn't have bad scores like at my school. Like we were at my school, it was like our average ATAR was like slightly above average. But then I remember my ex girlfriend's school because they're all fucking rich people. That
Oh,
it's
grandma.
Ivy. Yeah, it's like Ivy League high school. Um, they would all get higher ATARs, so their averaging was going up. So it was like one person could get a 70, like just regular 70, but because everyone else in that class got a 90, it would bump her up to like a 75 or maybe even 80. Whereas like
Yeah,
if you go to like my school, for instance, it wouldn't bump up that much or
yeah,
even bump down that much. I don't know how like bumping up and down and whatever, but and then there's like other schools, like some of the public schools in our town, it was like they were averaging like it was just very average ATARs there. So it's
yeah,
like those people were just like unfortunate enough to go to a public school, and then even more unfortunate, like they could be like smart and it just their scores just get averaged out and it just becomes like nothing. But it's stupid. Like that whole fucking premise is dumb.
yeah. Absolutely agree.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well,
School.
glad that is over.
Yeah. I remember. So I graduated in 2000. Holy shit.
Yeah, you graduated a year before me, so 14. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Fuck.
9 years since I finished school. Ew,
Oh
that's
yeah.
disgusting, bro. Nearly a
That's
decade.
yeah. Well, I was 2015, so I'm what
Yeah.
up to 7, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years for
It's
you.
got it's look, it's gone super duper fast, but
Mm.
my life has been tenfold way better. And like it's funny because I'm in high school, he's like, study now. Don't take this for granted because uni's not like this.
Yeah.
Uni's harder, or you have to work. Get to school holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get paid.
Yeah. I get money. All right.
I don't get paid to come to school. I pay you for what?
Yeah. It's going to be
You
interesting. If we do a 10-year reunion or whatever, like my graduating class, one, I don't know if I'll go there because I'm a whole state away. No,
I won't be there.
I think I might go there if they do one and invite me. I will go just so I can see people, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm doing this now," and it's like they're getting like 70 grand a year. It's like, yeah, I want six
Get
figures,
that.
and I didn't do anything. Like I was the worst student. I want
Yeah.
6 figures now, and it's just
Yeah.
like, Ooh,
and
tough
counting.
break. Tough break, brother.
No. Yeah, well, I think a couple of years ago, someone in my school tried to do that. It didn't go anywhere because I think the old Facebook page,
Oh,
old
they tried
class,
to do like a 5-year reunion or whatever.
maybe.
Yeah.
And boy, was I not interested.
Yeah, no. To like for me,
Look, basically, I'm jacked and you're not. So
yeah. Look at me. I don't need a degree. I got fucking muscles.
I don't need to be union.
Yeah. But like for me, year 12 just fucking sucked. It was like
Uh-huh.
we did in like in schools in Australia, when you graduate, you do a thing called a muck up day, and it's just like a day where all the students like let loose. I think it's some schools do it before they do exams. I think we did it after. I don't know. I didn't even show up to it. I just stayed home that day. But you
I'm
dress
sure of
up,
that.
like you go in costumes and shit like that. You go to class and you just run amok basically. Um, so they did that. I didn't even rock up to that. I didn't even rock up to my graduation ceremony. I got my high school certificate mailed to me.
you're the, you're the best thing is after graduation because we had like you have graduation and you have like a dinner, right?
Yeah,
Remember the graduation? We had, everyone's at the chapel. I didn't know what was going on, and my family's one of those families that are very unorganized.
yeah,
So I got through at a certain time. Then we had to go in the back of the school, like a certain room, and while all the family and teachers piled into the chapel, but I didn't even realize what was going on.
yeah.
So I remember like I'll put the robe on, the gown, the hat, whatever, cool. And they shovel us in the back room that leads in, or the front room that leads into the chapel. And I was like, what's going on? Okay, walk. I walk in. There's like a fucking 500 people in the fucking in the
You're like,
chapel. I was
the
like,
fuck is this?
I was like, what? What are we doing? Walking? Okay.
Yeah.
And we walked, and then we sat down on the side of the stage, reading out awards and stuff. And I think Oliver got an award, well deserved. And then after about a few minutes, or I don't know how, like I was so disconnected and disinterested, it was not funny.
Yeah.
So I had the initial, like, oh, Jake wants to be this and this. I'm like, oh, go there, go. I sat down, and I remember get to the point where I literally some girl got an award like several times, and even the Russian teacher behind me, by the second or third time she got an award, as she stood up, the Russian teacher literally went like,
So many. Yeah.
yeah, and like, her,
What?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then anyway, so I was sitting like, I don't know, for people that are watching at home, I was literally like this. I was like,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
and then I hear, and check Barcelona. I literally went,
What the fuck?
what? And like, get up, and I got like, what? I completely disconnected the whole event. There's like probably
Yeah.
500 people there, teachers, awards, principal, everything. What the fuck?
What's going on?
Okay. I walk up to the stage. Congratulations. I'm like, what? I looked at the certificate. They gave me the fucking principal's award,
Oh my
which,
god.
which is like, which is the like arguably the best award you
Yeah.
can get after your 12 graduation. I was
That's
like,
fucked.
nice.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I remember actually that brought back
Suck
memories.
them apples. Yeah.
I got I got an award actually. No. Okay, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
All right.
So
Build it up. Build it
I
up. Let's
was
go.
year 12. I was doing visual communication. So again, like graphic design, like, but it's like you do sort of your own thing. And there was three of us in the class. So me, Justin, and Bridget. The teacher loved us. Like we were just like the three amigos basically. We just fuck shit up. We didn't fuck shit up. We did really well in the class, and then we like did our own thing. My teacher came up to me and was like, "Hey, just so you're aware, there's an award ceremony or whatever the fuck it was, like in 3 days' time. You need to go to it. Like you're getting something." And I was like, "Oh, fuck, okay." Or we got a letter in the mail. I don't know, fuck something. There was some way of them telling me like I have to show up to this night, and I had to show up in uniform. And like it was like it was like 7 p.m. or some shit on like a Thursday night. I was like, fuck's sake, all right. Had to get dressed back in a school uniform. My dad came, stepmom came, or whatever the fuck. So we all went there, and I sat down. I was like, am I getting like a fucking like visual communications award? So this is weird. And I like looked to my left. There's Justin and there's Bridget, and I'm like, all right, one of us is getting it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Because what they were doing was it was like you got the award for the class, like one person get the award, and then it'd be like maybe one or two like encouragement awards or whatever the fuck. Basically like a participation, but like
Depression award.
top of the class like participation. And so we're like sitting there, like looking at each other, like who's gonna get this fucking award? And like sure enough, it's like Aiden Patterson, like row around. I was like, all right, stood up and like you get an encouragement award. I was like, fuck. And then my mate got it, like my mate. Then they're like, Justin, yada yada. And I was like, and then like encouragement award, and we're like, fuck, okay. It was like sure enough, Bridget got it. Like she well deserved. And I was like, yeah,
Oh,
fuck yeah.
I had a
But, yeah.
memory. One of the awards that this chick got, like the one that got like 3, 4, whatever awards. I'm like, one, I was thinking you could spread it out across evenly.
Yeah.
And she got like an academic award or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it was test results something, and I sat down like it was in. I used to have PE with the physical education, whatever it is. Long story short, she got the academic award. I'm like, I gave her all the answers. I was
Yeah.
like,
She
what?
cheated off me.
Yeah, what?
Just out her in the middle of the class, stand up, be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well played.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no, just oh god, I remembered something else. So for my school, so we never had that like graduation like walkout shit where it's like, you know, you're in a gown and stuff like that. We didn't do that. That was done at the dinner that I didn't show up to. Um Instead what we'd do is it was like the school, like it was like this weird fucking thing where it's like towards the end of the year, the school would gather all the students into the gym, and like they'd just be sitting on chairs and stuff. And then what it was like the graduating class, so the year 12 class, would then go in, and you'd sort of like line in like file. You'd walk in a file or whatever, and you'd sit down in front of the entire fucking school. And then they would do this weird fucking like yeah, like cool, look at us, like we graduated type deal. The class the year before us, they graduated, they did like a dance, and I remember, and I was like, this is fucking weird, like this is stupid. And my class decided to do the same fucking thing. They were like, yeah, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna dance. Do you know what song it was to?
Wait,
It's a wild guess. It's a wild guess.
Was it like a happy dance or a sad dance?
It was a happy dance.
Okay.
So it's not like a slow dance or anything. Like we're just like sitting there like dancing and stuff. I didn't dance, by the way. I don't even think I showed up to this. I'm pretty sure they all walked in. I just like split off and just fucking left.
Yeah, I want to say either I'm happy,
Nope.
I'm happy, or um, see you again.
No.
It's been a long. Because I was at the era that song was out. Okay, I give up. Happy Feet.
The Harlem Shake.
Oh,
They wanted to do a Harlem Shake, and I was like, "Fuck you! That's not happening. Go fuck yourself." Like, I think this was like during like, I don't think it was during the peak of Harlem Shake. I'm pretty sure that
No.
that shit well and truly passed, and then these people decided, you know, and it was like so they started off with like the Black Betty, not Black Betty, no, Black Betty. It wasn't that song. It was like the Black Beetle or whatever. It's like they would like stand still or whatever, and then they turned onto the Harlem Shake and they fucking did that, and I was like,
because we did Harlem Shake part of our video that we did in like 2013. So yeah, you would have Harlem Shake was well and truly over by the time you had that dance.
yeah,
And we're like, well, so Oliver knows for a fact I hold a super big grudge. One thing you reminded me about this whole school thing. One of them. We did. I had so the same mates that I was a part of the media class. I'm going to do a really good video. And to their credit, they did an awesome job. Super happy, super appreciative of them. You know, helping edit and plan it and write it. So it's three of us that kind of organized the. What I'm getting at is the final breakup to year 12.
Yeah.
The theme. So our school wasn't really letting us do like a muck up day per se, but we have like a celebration day. And also we had a theme where each year 12 class would do a big event.
yeah,
A big prank, a big spectacle, a movie. It was something like one year year 12's kidnapped our favorite teacher, Mr. Doherty. They kicked down the door in the class and grabbed him, dragged him out. Everyone's like, oh, what's going on? They all wearing like ballet clavas and stuff. They locked him up and they put him in a chair, tied his back up. will tie his arms up on his back, and they're like, "So, Mister D, you want to see your family again? Like, well, at least you want you to." And like, well, it's like awesome job. Then the year after that, it was like yada yada yada. So that was that was our thing. So I had the idea of Survivor, and I won't go through the story too much. It's too much of a long story. But long story short, Survivor goes two ways. Survivor in the sense like Lost, like over an island we survived. Oh my god, we survived high school, yay!
Yeah.
Or Survivor the TV show to get a bit off the island.
Yeah.
So had this idea, and then long story short, it was three of us who kind of mapped it out. We got it. We ran it past the classroom. They said, "Yeah, cool," because they were too lazy to do anything else.
Yeah.
So we directed it, helped each other what to wear, costumes. We wrote sketches and everything. Long story short, it took weeks. Planned it, filmed it on the big screen, and there's two things that pissed me off from it. One, we were organizing the stage show. So basically, we run the clip, introduce what's happening, well, and then we were having elimination on stage. And the big gag was, I'm a smart ass. I go up in front of the whole school. I write down who gets eliminated, who I think should be eliminated, gets projected to the back screen. I get eliminated. Everyone gangs up on me.
Yeah.
I text them like, "What? We're eliminated. This bullshit." I turn around. I get spear tackled by Banana off stage. So it was part of the gag. Anyway, that went really cool. But like during the planning process, we're like, "Hey guys, we've got an hour for the whole school's in here. Organize this out." And then what they wanted to do was a going away song. And I said, no song, not part of the script. We didn't write it. It's not part of the day. No.
Yeah.
I told the fucking computer man, I said, don't play that song. Basically, they wanted the Fast and Furious theme song of when the guy passed away.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
you again.
And they're
All
doing this
Kuma-
one.
Yeah. They're all like, Kumayai, my lord. Like
Oh
on
god.
stage. And I said, no, you can't last second chime in after fucking months of planning to throw this bullshit in here. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And then on the microphone, the whole chapel, me and my mate, again, he was really, really good in helping sort this out. Good teamwork. He was like, the girl on stage goes, this isn't about used to. And I nearly flipped my lid because in my head, what I wanted to say, I was like, listen, you fucking bitch, you've done nothing for several weeks, but do absolutely nothing. You
Yeah.
didn't help us plan, you didn't help us direct, you didn't help us edit, you were nothing. So in last second, you would jump in your 2 cents and force everybody to do something they don't want to fucking do. Who do you think you are? You lazy piece of shit. That's what I wanted to say. Did I say it? No.
No.
I cracked the shits. Next day, deleted her off all social media. Haven't spoken a single word to her in over 7 years.
Good.
Anyways, so that was one thing that pissed me off. So we did the event, and then exactly what you just said. The guy on the fucking deck played the fucking song, didn't he? And what we were supposed to get off stage, half of us went off stage as planned. The other half stayed on stage doing it's a long time. And I was like, you motherfucker, you son of a bitch. I was so mad. Anyways, that was the biggest thing that pissed me off. And the second one was I didn't get a single thank you at all from no one. Besides the two mates I worked with, and they got their thank yous, which is good. They should deserve it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a single, oh, thanks for the idea, Jake. Thanks for germinating this. Thanks for directing us and what we should do. Nothing.
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 Yeah.
No
Fucking
recognition.
high school
No
kids, man.
acknowledgement. And I was like, this is why I left afterwards. I was 12. No, sorry. This is why I haven't spoken a single word to nearly all of you for one of those many reasons. Sorry, I went on a tangent there, but yeah. True memory.
I don't know why that just reminded me of something. So this whole podcast has just been about fucking school. So we will not mention school for like the next like 6 fucking episodes
ever again.
Well, yeah, ever again. We're not going to mention this shit. But when I was in year 12, there was
before you go any further.
Yeah,
it's relatable.
Yeah, it's relatable. Everyone's been through school, maybe. But anyways, so when I was in year 12, we had our student president and like student vice president and shit like that, and they wear those little badges and stuff on their fucking blazers and shit.
Yep.
Your school probably did the same thing. Every school in Victoria, well, that I know of, has done the same thing. That was it. It was like you had vice president or like student president, whatever the fuck, and then like maybe one other badge because they were like school sporting captain or whatever the fuck. And it was like never the same people. Like rah. I saw a picture of the year 12 class that just passed through. I don't know how. I think I follow the fucking school on Facebook or some shit. And there was a picture, and this chick was just had fucking every badge. It was like she was wearing a blazer, and it was just like down the collar. It was just like, bah, 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 bah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, stop. And I like zoomed in on it. It was like student president of like 2022, and it was like vice president of 2021, and it was like school
Wow.
academic award, and it was like sheer fucking. I was like, settle
So she,
down, cunt. Jesus Christ. You're
so she
walking around
max.
like a fucking US general with the
Yeah, I
amount
was
of
gonna say
fucking badges you got on yourself. Like, Christ almighty.
she max prestiged.
Yeah, she did. I was like, settle down, love. Jesus. But I was like,
Yeah,
that's fucked. Christ.
yeah. I
People,
remember I was. That go on.
I was like, people put too much time and effort into shit that does not matter. Like, what's she gonna put
Yeah,
that on her resume? I was student fucking captain and president
yeah,
6 years in a row, and I started high school 5 years later. It's like, no one cares.
yeah,
No offense.
dude. Any like by the time you get to maybe your second job, you pretty much erase everything you did in high school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I when I got my new job, everything high school related wiped off.
yeah,
Principal's award. You only do that to get your foot in the door at like a fucking Kmart, Big W, Woolies to stack shelves.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're of age. But at that point on, it's honestly pointless.
Yeah, if you go to an actual fucking job, they want job experience and like
Yeah,
life experience, not school experience. Something you were
yeah,
forced to do doesn't
yeah,
fucking count. That's like me
yeah,
going to jail, for instance, right? Where I'm forced to do fucking like volunteer work and community service. Me writing that on my resume and being like, yeah, look, I was in jail between this time and this time, but I did, community service and just like volunteering, like council, like cleaning up like the council and stuff like that. They just sit there and go, yeah, you were forced to do that. Why is that? That's not
yeah.
a special thing. Like, no one fucking cares.
It's like, hey, wait, you've been to jail?
Yeah. Wow, you did cleanup in jail. It's like, dude, who cares? Like, fuck off, losers. Could you tell
Yeah,
where I stood on the social, like, school social standards? I
yeah.
didn't
Like,
fucking care.
yeah, like I said, I was nice to everybody. Everybody liked me from year 12 to like the year 10, 9. Would have a chat with me, whatever. I was very personable and happy to talk to people. I wasn't like, hey, fuck you,
Yeah.
man. I'm in year
Fuck off.
12.
Fuck
Fuck
off.
off, man.
Yeah.
In my jacket, bro. My Pharisee jacket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just was there because I had to be there.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it. There's probably a couple funny stuff that I can probably remember and look back on, but yeah, it wasn't for me. End of the day, it wasn't for me. Glad it's over.
Mm.
But with that said, still try to do year 12.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Don't
did.
drop out.
Yeah. You saying that varsity jacket thing just reminded me. So
Oh, even that was drama. Fuck.
yeah, but we didn't actually get a year 12 jacket or jumper or whatever the fuck. Like, no one
Mhm.
organized it, no one could be bothered, so like it just never got done. My business teacher, when I was there, like doing business class, business management, I should probably say, he said when he was in year 12, a student did all of the jumpers, like he organized everything, all that sort of shit. But what he did was say the jumper to get it made, printed, like all that sort of shit, and get it delivered was like $30 per jumper. He would charge $45 per jumper. So he was making a $15 profit on all the jumpers. So between like
Nice.
100 students or whatever, maybe, yeah, like 100 students, he made like, what's that, like 4.5 grand or some shit from these fucking jumpers. And he said he used that money to fund his schoolies trip.
That is called entrepreneur.
That is genius. And I was like, fuck. And he said that in class, and still no one fucking did it. No one did it. Like,
Wow.
he basically said, he was like, if you do it, you can make money like doing this.
Mm,
And everyone's like, that's
mm.
such a good idea. Like, fuck yeah, what a genius. And they just still didn't do it. Me included. I heard that and I was like, that's fucking sick. I didn't do it.
Anyways,
I was too busy going home playing Minecraft and COD and shit like that on my computer. I was
yeah,
like, fuck this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember our school organized our jackets, which is really cool of them.
Yeah.
And like the previous years had like is it mauve? That red and blue.
Maroon. Oh,
Maroon? Is that red or blue?
maroon is red, like deep dark red.
Yeah. So it was like maroon, like this like grey thing. And that was the same color for every jacket that was every year before us.
Yeah.
Year 12 jacket. And this year came around, we ended up getting like a royal blue, similar to this folder.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So royal blue, black, white writing, and where we had all the examples on the wall. And I was like, how about this Roman numeral here in that color? They went with my color coding, just saying.
Of
My
course.
pattern, I should say.
That's why. That's who you got the president award, mate, or the
Yeah, exactly.
principal award. Yeah.
Exactly. So and they look sick, man. I was like, oh, so man, like it's different from everybody else. It's like royal blue, hasn't been done before. Cool. And then, dude, the amount of drama that came from us getting a different colored bomber jacket compared to previous year was fucking stupid. There was people making Facebook posts. Oh, yours isn't as good as ours. I'm like, you don't go here anymore.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, piss off. Like, and one was like, one chick fucking the year before goes, and she was supposed to be churchy and she's starting all this fucking drama. She was saying, like, on her Facebook saying, just want to say last year's last year's 12 jacket was way better than this year's. Soz, not soz. And I was like, can you fucking move? Yeah, I was like, can you fucking move on? And I remember this whole issue came up about like last year's jacket. I'm like, who cares? Like, I was so switched on that I was like, why is this a thing? Why are people complaining? You don't even go here. Your
Problem
time
is
is
though,
done.
and one thing I've noticed, people like that probably still in like the high school mentality where it's just like
Mm-hmm.
they still thrive off goss of other
Oh,
people, and it's just like
absolutely.
grow
I
up,
was like,
fuck
grow
off.
up, move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Maybe
I
that's why they're
digress.
still working at fucking Worths and Big W and shit like that. Loser.
Helpful love.
All right. Well, been going for an hour. I think you should maybe start wrapping it
Wrap
up.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. People's attention spans drop.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Fuck
not
school.
about. Yeah.
Fuck
Moral of the
school.
story. Fuck school. No. Moral of the story is this. You could eat shit for a while. You learn like a taste of it. But after you go through that, try to control as much of what you're interested in as possible. Does that make sense? Kind of like.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, wait.
Kind of like
Find what you like. Find what you want to do.
yeah.
Try things.
How about that? Yeah. Instead of doing schoolwork, right? Explore and just find out what you enjoy doing instead.
Yes. Absolutely.
Don't focus on school as being the be all and end all. Just use that free time that you've got as a school student to just do shit. Figure it out, and then that will even help you if you do like decide to finish school, get an ATAR and shit, and you want to go off to uni. That is probably the best advice. I think like if I did that as a fucking high schooler, I probably wouldn't be where I am and actually be in my career. But yeah, just fucking take the time, figure out what you like in high school, and then just fucking do that.
And if you're not in high school, still do it.
Yeah, just still fuck around. You're young, and not even then. Even if you're older, just fucking find what you like and just do that.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
literally, without hurting anybody, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Fuck
That's
you.
better.
Do whatever you want.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that concludes episode 5, the Undignified podcast.
Yeah, I'd say so. Good trip down memory lane, bit traumatic, but I'm sure people can relate to some of the bullshit
that happens in high school. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still drunk.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one, everyone.
Stay safe.
Peace.